Model Essay 1, a great example of reflective writing. Introduction paragraph. Conventional wisdom states that everything happens for a reason. While I agree with this statement, sometimes I think the reason is simple. I was foolish and I made bad decisions. This is not to say that these bad decisions and its undesirable consequences didn't lead to novel options, which in hindsight I do not regret. However, I think it's important to be honest with myself about the part I've played in forming my destiny. Foolish ideas and ill-conceived plans are the main components of my career story in the medical field, one which I am now writing in a more deliberate, thought-out way. First body paragraph. At one point in my college career, I thought drinking, smoking, and recreational drugs were the staples of a well-rounded education. I was interested in pre-medicine as a major, but found the students to be too high-strung and generally lacking interest in other people's well-being. A bit ironic, considering their career path. I also did not like the fact that I would spend what I then thought were the best years of life studying. So I chose to socialize and enjoy mood-altering substances instead. One thing I learned from this phase of my life is that the human body, at least my body, aged 10+ years too soon. And I found myself sympathizing with Sophia from the Golden Girls, an octogenarian who complained of her aches and pains. My neighbor at the time, a 50-year-old Guatemalan American and self-described hippie, saw my decline and took pity on me. She invited me over for yoga, to which I objected. No way, I can't even touch my toes. But quickly conceded when she said, "We'll smoke a joint, it'll be fine." Just 2 months of one-on-one yoga practice provided me more relief than any of the dangerous drugs my doctors had been prescribing for my various ailments. Second body paragraph. This was the first time I realized that the medical field was not the end-all be-all of good health. Pat Morrison, a reporter of for the Los Angeles Times, wrote a piece last year speaking to the brokenness of our medical system. In this article, he related the story of Dr. Robert Pearl, CEO of Kaiser Permanente's medical group in California, whose father died needlessly due to a simple medical miscommunication, thereby prompting him to look long and hard at an American medical system that doesn't always deliver bang for its billions of bucks. According to Dr. Pearl, our expensive medical model is geared to manage acute and immediate crisis and does a poor job of treating ongoing chronic health problems that require real communication between health workers and patients in order to be effective. In my experience, I also found traditional medicine to be expensive, ineffective, and dangerous. At one point, I developed tolerance to the benzodiazepines, a sedative my university doctor prescribed, and after mixing it with just one glass of wine. I never hid my drinking from my doctors, yet I was never told not to drink. And codeine cough syrup, prescribed by another doctor who did not review my chart, had an accidental overdose. Because health providers are left with little to no room for sitting with the patient and building the essential rapport that could easily prevent such accidents, they in turn end up hurting and causing harm. In that same article, Morrison then goes on to highlight how the integration of medical practices, from better communication to incorporation of alternative methods, will ultimately cure our system of its diseased state. Insight such as these guided me back to the field of medicine, but this time as a way to find alternative treatments like yoga in hopes of merging these with our current medical model. I became certified to teach yoga and been doing so for the last 8 years. My health kept improving and I've been free of prescription drugs and all mind-altering substances for over 5 years. In this long and windy way, my bad decisions led me back to the medical field, but this time seeking alternatives to the traditional medical models as a way to heal it. Third body paragraph. One alternative to traditional medicine is Ayurvedic medicine, the most ancient type of medicine which originated in India. And as a yoga teacher, it made sense because yoga is a part of the Ayurvedic medical model. However, my Google research of this topic, specifically how to obtain an Ayurvedic medicine degree, returned some confusing information. There were several programs, some of them online, others in person, ranging from a couple of months to obtain a certificate to several years. The Ayurvedic Health Counselor Certificate offered by the California College of Ayurveda was the most established Ayurveda program in America. However, its online format seemed a bit lacking, since an ability to establish person-to-person relationships with patients is something I highly value in medicine. The program's website was not clear how such rapport would be developed with their online program. In-person programs were not an option because since none of these programs are accredited, they are not available for federal student loans or grants, without which moving for the program would be too expensive. Overall, the problem with Ayurveda, and yoga even, is that pretty much anybody can practice it as the industry is not monitored by the government or any outside regulatory agency. Since Ayurveda is not a popular type of medicine in the United States, there is little research into the efficacy of the practice, nor is it covered by medical insurance. Fourth body paragraph. The lack of organization and credibility of Ayurvedic medical programs in America made clear to me that I needed to backtrack and start my education with a traditional evidence-based medical degree so that I could then take that knowledge and scientific method to evaluate alternative medical models. Therefore, it was with much hesitation that I decided 3 years ago to pursue a traditional medical degree after all. Surprisingly, it was not as bad as I once thought. I was passionate about the rigorous science classes, and I learned to maneuver my way between the seemingly disinterested and often humorless alpha-type health majors. But as life happened, I came across a few speed bumps. I was met with financial difficulties, and loans were not an option, as I am older than the typical medical student and may not be able to pay off the $400,000 plus in medical student debt. Also, in January of this year, I found out that I am pregnant. This will be my first and probably only child, and I'm focusing all my attention on taking care of this new responsibility. Consequently, I am now rerouting my career path. Fifth body paragraph. Unlike becoming a medical doctor, which would take me at least 10 more years, I am now considering nursing as an option because I could accomplish the program in 2 to 4 years and with considerably less debt. So in light of the constraints of time and money, I am now looking into nursing as a more accessible approach to my broader goals of integrating alternative medicine with evidence-based medicine. I went back to Google and searched for nursing jobs, specifically at 2 local hospitals where I have had positive experiences with, St. Agnes Medical Center and Kaiser Permanente, to see what requirements are needed for the position. Both hospitals were hiring registered nurses. St. Agnes stressed the ability to communicate effectively with patients, family, and healthcare personnel is required. In my experience, I see that the ability to really listen and communicate is often what sets apart exceptional healthcare workers from the rest. In addition, this quality will help me in my goal of integrating alternative therapies as I work to educate patients about the various options available to them. Furthermore, the Kaiser position highlighted the registered nurse, after appropriate educational preparation, is capable of expanding the scope of practice in general or specialty areas of nursing. This encouraged me even more since expanding the scope is basically what I would like to do in terms of integrating alternative medicine. The essential functions listed in both job openings seem like great ways to prepare me for my future goals. Sixth body paragraph. To become a nurse, I Google searched nursing programs in Fresno, California. According to my microbiology and physiology professors, employers prefer to hire nurses with a Bachelor's of Science nursing degree, BSN, rather than an Associate's of Science degree. Their statements were not without ground. According to the trade publication H&HN, Hospitals and Health Networks, the American Organization of Nurse Executives is leading an initiative to increase the proportion of nurses with bachelor's or higher nursing degree. According to Pamela Thompson, the organization's CEO, without a better educated nursing workforce, we will not be able to meet the needs of a rapidly aging and more diverse population, solve the shortage of primary care providers, improve care coordination, and in other ways meet emerging needs. My search on nursing jobs confirmed this sweeping initiative for higher trained nurses, as many postings preferred or even required a BSN degree. The only 2 schools locally to offer BSN degrees are National University and California State University, Fresno, CSUF. The most affordable route is CSUF, as National's program is almost 3 times as expensive at $1,629 per class. CSUF also partners with our school, Fresno City College, with acceptable prerequisite courses for transfer, many of which I have already taken. National University is not as collaborative and would require that I take 10 more prerequisite classes before I'm eligible to transfer. In light of this research, it seems CSUF has the best nursing program for me in terms of degree type and affordability. Conclusion paragraph. After all the stumbling and searching, it is clear to me that a more methodical approach, one step at a time, beginning with nursing, will be the perfect start for my ultimate goal of healing our medical system. To do this, I plan to make alternative medicine credible and available at the routine level. As such, I will undoubtedly need to expand my understanding of people and medical knowledge, so most likely my education will not end with nursing school. Considering the serendipitous school of life education I started out with, I can't put it past me to someday move to India, to deepen my study of yoga and Ayurveda, or even to end up in medical school anyway. In any case, I hope to always stay accountable for my part in the many reasons why things happen the way they do. And works cited. Assistant Department Nurse Manager Telemetry, job ad, Kaiser Permanente, Google, 8th December 2017, access 21 January 2018, and the URL. Bachelor's of Science in Nursing, BSN California, National University, last updated 2018, accessed 16 January 2018, and the URL. FT, Registered Nurse, 80.5, Transitional Care Unit, job ad, St. Agnes Medical Center, Trinity Health, Google, 2017, accessed 16 January 2018, and the URL. Initiative aims to boost number of nurses with BAs, higher degrees. HNHN, Hospitals and Health Networks, Volume 86, Number 5, May 2012, page 19. EBSCO host, accessed 1 April 2018. Morrison, Pat, the U.S. medical system is broken. We should be listening to doctors about how to fix it. Los Angeles Times, 7 March 2017. Google, accessed 16 January 2018, and the URL. Undergraduate, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, School of Nursing, College of Health and Human Services, California State University, Fresno, 26 January 2018, accessed 1 February 2018, and the URL.